So let me start by saying it's a beautiful sunny day in July, and I'm just going to start my car and sit here with the air conditioning on, radio. So we are going to take a peek at what I ended up with at this auction. Now, let's start with this lot, which is lot 41, and it was blue costume jewelry. If you look, you could see why I would have picked this up. So you could see we've got a beautiful sparkly bracelet that is a stretch bracelet. I guess if you opened it wide enough, it could also be a necklace. See, you could, there, very multifunctional, but most likely intended as a bracelet. I don't see any markings at all. And I was excited to see this, which is a beautiful blue crystal necklace. Looking here, it does have some markings, sterling silver clasp with a really beautiful gem on the clasp. Could use a little polish on that. You can see sterling silver mark there. I don't see a maker's mark yet, but clearly a very good quality. Yeah, I don't see a maker's mark on it. I will have to get out my magnifying, and sometimes we just don't get maker's marks, but this is definitely very beautiful. And then I've got, let's see, a 2-strand crystal blue necklace here, which is gorgeous. I am looking at the clasp here, and I don't know if you could see that it's got little stars on there, which is quite charming. No maker's mark on the back of that I can see in my current light, and no maker's mark on the opposite, so it too is unsigned. Those little stars make me think it might be Germany though, or Austria. I don't know why my brain goes there. Those ones seem lighter weight than the first one. Here is a fun, just a fun little brooch with rhinestones in it. No maker's mark that I could see right off the bat. Looks kind of like evil eye. This was really interesting to me when I saw the image of it at auction. Looks like a more modern chain put onto a brooch with some jump rings, but the brooch itself is quite nicely made. You could see that it is. So first the start of the brooch, okay, you could see where somebody added some brass jump rings. It is not, those look put on and like not part of the original design for sure. And you can see that it's got quite a long pin, and that it is just intended to be tucked in there. So the kind of clasp it is, it's just a tusk clasp. So I would say, and then the chain that was added actually has a lobster clasp, which we know is more modern. So I definitely, one of those things was added on later. Next thing that was in that lot is this gorgeous blue rhinestone necklace. If you look at that, it's gorgeous. So it is two-tone. It's got like a lighter baby blue and a darker baby blue. Quite beautiful. And I'm pretty sure I have earrings to match this. I've got a lot of baby blue in my collection, stuff that is previously unlisted. I don't immediately see any signatures on it, but as I'm in my car and I'm kind of a rush, it doesn't necessarily mean they aren't there. And sometimes they used hang tags. Next up is this super fun and funky, you could tell by the sound of it, plastic bead necklace, but it's kind of almost moon glow. And that's, overall, that's a fabulous lot. And I will be listing those items on my Etsy shop. The next lot was just listed as costume jewelry bling, which I have to say I kind of love. So started with one of these. Now this looks like some beads you would find at your craft store in the 80s. And it looks like somebody was building something. There is a costume jewelry ring. So very nice. Well done. So we'll test that for gold plate later and see what that tests up as. Sorry, the sunshine is kind of harsh here. It's kind of nice. Somebody will like that. We have a vintage stretch bracelet, clear rhinestone. Looks like it needs a little scrub. Then it can be listed. I don't see any signatures. That's okay. And this one was super beautiful. This one does have a stamp, but I can't really read it right now. But it kind of, you know, looks a little Boucher-esque, or, you know, it's got some baguettes, it's got some rounds, so just a lovely brooch there. And this one, also a lovely clear rhinestone brooch. And this item in my hands here is a lovely clear rhinestone scarf clip, but it also has a bail on it, so you could wear it as a necklace pendant as well. So that's partly in what's in that lot. Let's see what else we got. Came with like a bigger velvet box. There's a lot in this lot. So it came with a few bracelets. This one is Coro, and it has some lovely twisty things with some lovely stones, fairly large stones, and that was marked Coro. We have looks like a smoked rhinestone bracelet, not clear, definitely gray rhinestones. They weren't dead, they're just gray. So very beautiful, but understated, a little more understated than, say, a clear or AB rhinestone. And this necklace, just looking for a marking here. I don't see one right off the bat. Nope. Kind of reminds me of some Lisner things I've seen though. It is a lovely necklace with little twisties and some AB rhinestones. The next one I was kind of excited about. Let's take a little peek here. Just checking for any signatures. Not that I'm seeing. Still quite lovely. Oh, there is one. It's Sherman. That's what it's all about. So this is a beautiful Sherman necklace. It's AB. I have matching earrings, but no necklace to match that. Here is also a brooch. It is also AB, and I'm betting it is unsigned, but I believe that one might also be Sherman. And here is a smoked rhinestone, smoky color gray and clear rhinestone leaf brooch, which is quite lovely. And then we have a beautiful round swirl necklace. So overall, so far, that Sherman rhinestone piece has made my day. And that was lot 87, yes. Now lot 49 was a bit of a mystery because the photographs were not the best quality, which honestly, for most of the people taking the photos for these auctions, it's quite difficult to get a very good picture of some of these rhinestone pieces because they are just so shiny. So I'm looking at the back of this, and before it's cleaned up, I'm not really seeing any signatures. Okay, comes with a simple hook clasp, and it is a lovely rhinestone necklace. Okay, lovely, just clear rhinestone and quite beautiful. Looks like all stones are present and none are dim. Unfortunately, sometimes you always get a broken piece that somebody could not let themselves throw out. So we do have a piece here, which is a lovely, looks like it was a brooch. Sadly, it has no connectors, so maybe somebody can repair that and I can get it listed. Oops. Let's see the next item here. So this had a couple of necklaces. No signature on the clasp, but it's built quite finely. So it's very good quality. This is a beautiful and delicate necklace. I'm just looking for more signature information. And I can't find any. It's fine. Pretty is pretty, even if it's not signed. First thing I look for, I'm looking for signatures and looking to see how well this has been looked after. And you can always tell by the backs. Sometimes we wore these for one hot, busy night or a wedding, and then we put it away forever. So, this one is also unsigned, but it is gorgeous. Another clear rhinestone necklace. And you can wear clear rhinestones pretty much anywhere. In fact, they even go with denim. So that was part of that lot. And then we have a blue velvet bag, which is always a lovely way to receive things. But I'm going to pour out the bag very gently, because reaching into a bag full of rhinestone items, ew, a used tissue. Maybe not my favorite thing to find. A lot of costume jewelry has sharp pins attached, and some of this stuff is quite old. So you do have to be careful. So this is a lovely brooch, a floral. It does look like it's quite high quality. I'm not seeing a signature right off the bat. This one is beautiful. Little radial clear rhinestone brooch. Oh my goodness, somebody put a chain in with the brooches. Hold on. This one is Trifari. And it looks like it needs a little bit of TLC with some deep cleaning and some glue removal, but it's gorgeous. And then we have a charming coral piece, a shamrock with clear rhinestones. Very cute. Next up in this lot is a very pretty chain. Which has a 925, so the chain is silver, and then it has this really fun disco ball there. I don't see any signature on the bail or anything, but it's just a hollow little disco ball. If I take one of the needles from the other one, you could see that in between, you could just like thread a needle right through it, which is kind of a neat thing to know. And on a sterling silver chain by the looks of it. And it's quite a beautiful chain. So that is what I got today. Now I've got to drive all the way back home and list it.